we're going to talk about Candace now. So, for all the MAGA on the line, you probably going to like this portion of the night. People are already writing me on X as we speak, and they're like, oh, MAGA didn't leave her. She left MAGA. So, however you want to look at tonight, you can look at they left her or she left them. But before we talk about the attacks on MAGA, vice versa, I want to just say, MAGA, she wasn't even loyal to her own kind. Why would you think she'd be loyal to you? Let me play this clip and we can get into it, what I mean by that.
Having a broken language, having broken down families was a symbol of who we are. And that is so unique to Black America. I won't subscribe to it. If that people say that's how you have to be Black, that's how you have to be Black. Listen to your psychological conditioning. If to be Black, you can't speak in proper English or you're acting white, right? To be Black, you instantly have to jump up like a fucking trained chimpanzee, excuse my language, like a trained chimpanzee every single time the media runs a story and act angry and riot and talk about how pained you were to see this happening to Black people, but keep your mouth shut. Right? When it happens Black on Black, because if you talk about the Black on Black crime, you're a race traitor, right? To be Black, you need to celebrate LeBron James. You got to say that you want to be a football star, right? LeBron James, the greatest, right? When you see someone like Dr. Ben Carson, Dr. Condoleezza Rice, you call that person a coon because they betrayed you. You want to know why? Because they're talking about economics. They graduated and they've got tons of degrees. They're not being Black enough. Don't listen to them. Listen to LeBron James when he throws in a Beto cap and tells you that we're literally being hunted down. Right? Because he's not educated, right? Celebrate that. That's our hero. He represents us.
Hey, but Wanda, shut the hell up. God damn. Come in the chat talking shit.
She
What's
said
good
a
with you,
whole
Wanda? Hope
lot.
you living good though, bruh. Jesus Christ, I'm
Oh
sorry.
Lord. It's okay. You fired up. So let me know your thoughts, Kamal. What do you think about that clip? That was coonery at its finest, I think. I mean, if I do say so myself, there was probably more better ones I could have found, but I think I found a pretty good one in 1 minute. What do you think?
Man, she was talking out her ass, man. If you would have painted her in a white face and put her on 4chan, she would be right there with the rest of them suspected white supremacists. What about the Black on Black crime in Chicago? What about the Black Americans? Man, last time I checked, you said you were Caribbean. You kept saying, I'm Caribbean. I'm Black Caribbean. Then you had this bullshit. I'm going to use my Caribbean bias and not talk about Nicki Minaj. But you want to denigrate us? You sound stupid as hell. Oh, if you get a bunch of degrees in education, you're not Black. That is fucking retarded.
I got
I'm
that
sorry.
clip. Oh no, I don't got that one.
That's dumb as hell. And look it, every lineage got some dumb motherfuckers. From foundational Black Americans to Italians to Mexicans to Puerto Ricans. God damn it, the list goes on.
But Kamal, I want to prove a point to you about the delineation thing. Enzo, I'm gonna ask you a question. Isn't it true that white people also delineate from each other? That they're like, I'm Irish, I'm Italian. There's pride in it because sometimes, like not you, Kamal, but some FBAs are like, oh, well, white people don't do that. I'm like, yes, they do. They say they're Italian American, but then they still consider themselves white too.
I'm a prime example of it. When people do some dumb shit, like white people do some white dumb shit, I say we don't claim them. I am not that white. Or I'll just say it straight up, nope, I'm Italian. Nope, I'm not a part of that. I say it all the time.
And so they say they think you're Black because you're on.
Listen. Let me go lay out in the sun for maybe a week straight. I will be a lot darker.
I'm not gonna lie, Enzo is darker in person than
Yeah.
he is on here. Like Enzo was like almost my color.
I got ring lights in front of me too. That's why it makes me look whiter. Yeah.
But yeah. Gray, what you think about her clip? Did it make you uncomfortable? Did I pick a good one?
My issue with all Black people that talk like this, go to the hood, go to the projects, go bearing gifts, go to these kids, all these people who you say are the worst of the worst hood, they just trash. Go give them some money. Go give them some education. Go help them. Go give them some food, anything. So if you're going to say that we're the worst of the worst, do something to actually make a change, because just sitting there talking trash about us, that ain't helping us at all. Like, at least try to build us up, or go and say, I'm going to do this to help black families if you go talk trash about it. That's my problem with the black people that talk like that.
I mean, we talked about Candace Owens extensively, Gray. I mean, so I talked about her today with Kelly, and Kelly was like, the Candace today is not as harsh and critical of the black community as she used to be. Do you think that she's now distracted? Do you think she's changed her tone, or do you think she's still the same way years ago?
I think she's changed because I think when you get more and more success and you're around other people, because she was with Charlie Kirk and Turning Point, and then she kind of outgrew that whole show and became this bigger person.
True.
So she probably saw things that made her change her mind. So I will say she has matured, but the anti-Semitism stuff went a little too far. But I mean, I can't say if it's better or worse.
Now, Skeptic, you said you were a fan of her. You was a fan always, or you was a fan when she told down the black rhetoric? When did you become a fan of her? Because the
No,
black rhetoric was
I was
pretty
never a
extreme.
fan of hers. I had
Oh, I thought
heard
you said
of
you
her.
liked her.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
I never liked
Okay.
I never liked Candace Owens. Candace Owens and Steven Crowder, or what's his name? Steven Crowder? Like those
Yeah,
two
that's
to
his name.
me,
You got it
they're the
right.
same. Like they're the
Oh,
same.
well, it's
They
funny
have the
because I got a
same
clip. I got a
vibe.
clip of him. We'll play him too because he dragged her. But keep going.
Yeah, and during the George Floyd thing, that is when
Mhm.
I was like, I can't like drink like when I'm listening to them. It was so disgusting. Like there's certain things, and I also wanted to say this: all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Like I'm saying, as a Mexican person that talks to Mexicans on a daily, we don't claim y'all. Like we don't claim you guys. I don't care what Nicaraguan, wherever your family's from. We don't claim you. There is like our community goes through certain things, and the ones that stick together, that's us, and that's our. And we're gonna continue to move forward. Everybody else can just shoo away because y'all have derived. So like the people that aren't there to build with us, like we just got to move forward, and then they get left behind. And Candace Owens is one of those. So and she is so wrong on certain different like angles of it. There are so many academics that are black men and women. Like just talk about the NASA like when they were trying to reach the moon, you had mathematicians that were black women. Glenn Larry, that is a huge like economist right now in 2025. Thomas Sowell, like we have a variety of people in our communities. She is not like the black community is not a monolith. I don't know who gave her the mic to speak for everyone, but she is so wrong, and she is perpetuating this idea of how they look at the black community, like Cardi B and all of these things. The same thing with like Mexican people. We don't all wear sombreros and eat tacos every day. Like we are not a monolith. And so when I hear people say stuff like her, she's not part of the community. She hasn't been around it enough to really understand it. And we don't claim her. We don't. The same thing when I hear a person that has a Latin last name. I don't care. We don't claim them. They're not part of who we are. There's a certain people that live the culture, that have gone through the culture. Like I learned how to speak English when I was like in 3rd grade. There's a certain struggle you go through that kind of brings you together as a community, and certain people just don't fit. Even if their skin reflects something similar to ours, it doesn't mean that they're part of us. And that's what I think about Candace Owens.
Facts. Enzo, what you think? Did MAGA leave her? Did she leave MAGA?
Did she leave MAGA or
Okay,
MAGA leave
well,
her?
hold on. Before you answer that, let me stick to the video. Do you think that this was a red flag, her attacks on the black community? Because for years, up until she lost her job with all those places we named out, she was heavily hard and critical of the black community.
I mean, just based off the video, I literally just hear Uncle Ruckus. That's exactly what is going on to me. Like, you're just calling them out, but not offering solutions like Gray said. I mean, that's a better way to do it. And then go about it that way. I don't think just calling out an entire community and saying, well, this is what's going on there, and acting like you speak for an entire community is accurate at all. Like, I don't believe what she did was right at all there.
Facts. Well, all right, y'all. So that was setting the stage of the disloyalty by her. In this clip right here, she said something where she literally put her foot in her mouth. I'm gonna play this. This is what started off getting MAGA upset with her.
LG19 writes, serious question, will there be jobs or community military members can join when I get a dishonorable discharge for not contributing to delete people or my body for the interests of a certain foreign nation benefit? I love this question. I do believe that if war in Iran is on the agenda, and that appears so, get dishonorably discharged. Who cares? Who cares? Why should you go die in a foreign land? You now have the benefit of 2020. You can see, think about those men and those women who died because they were pitched that they were serving their country because there were weapons of mass destruction, right? They were serving their country because the Taliban, they were serving their country, whatever, and these people gave up their lives. And ask yourselves, for what? And the answer to that question is for the elites. They're like toy soldiers. And I would have said a few weeks ago that Trump would never do that to you. He would never just throw you into an Israeli war. But right now, our planes are flying in the sky, and things are going nuclear. So I don't have that confidence anymore. And I'm comfortable with people being dishonorably discharged because the dishonor has come from our politicians. The dishonor has come from our politicians who routinely lie in our faces and are willing to let us die to serve their financial interests. So why don't they dishonorably discharge themselves from public office?
Ray, as
Yeah.
our resident veteran on the line, what do you think about what she said? Would that be like considered desertion?
Yeah, and I was gonna say that like that was definitely a elitist attitude to tell somebody just to take a dishonorable discharge. They put you in jail if people don't know that. If you can't even leave a certain amount of miles away from the base, and if you get arrested, they can put you in jail. And I've seen people go to
Wow.
jail for being dishonorable discharge, and that affects employment if you want to work for the government in the future. So that stays on your record. So that's not very good advice. I mean, you do get not to say this, but you get a good insurance policy. So if something happens to you over there, your family will be well taken care of. I believe it's 400,000 life insurance policy. You sign a contract, so it doesn't matter who's president. You got to do what the president says. So there's the commander in chief. And as far as like Candace Owens being mad at Trump, she was already mad at Trump about the Harvard thing. It seemed like her, Tucker Carlson, like even Alex Jones, bigger name people are seen to be turned on Trump over Iran. And I think Trump is more with the Iran thing aligned with the neocons and the old establishment Republican Party. Jeb Bush actually congratulated Trump on it, and somebody that was a Clinton administration congratulated Trump.
So do you think Trump is doing a good job today?
I don't think Trump is necessarily doing a good job. Do I
Mhm.
understand Trump's reasoning on why he's doing
Mhm.
certain things? Yes, because it's Trump, and I would think that Trump would be the first person to like strike just because it's Trump's personality. So
Grace. Mhm.
go ahead.
If someone's asking, is that a federal charge to do desertion?
Yes.
Okay. Um, Enzo, what's your thoughts? Is that good advice that she gave, or do you think that she's telling people to basically be traitors to the military?
Um, I don't necessarily would say it being traitor to the military. And I don't think that's good advice whatsoever because at the end of the day, like, yes, that's their option to do so. But then again, as Grace stated, that'll fuck their life up at the end of the day. You're going to have a desertion and dishonorable discharge. I mean, even civilian jobs will probably look at that and be like, okay, well, this person's not worthy of having a job or anything like that. I mean, and respect to everybody that has served. Gray, King, Doc, all of you guys, respect at the end of the day. Um, my mindset on everything like that, if people we go in to sign up and go to the military, I don't think influencers are a good um or like what she's saying, like, oh, just give it up because you don't agree with what's going on. That's what everyone signed up to do. Like nobody wants to go to war at the end of the day. But then again, you sign that dotted line, you made that oath to go defend your country against foreign or domestic. So you got to honor that oath at the end of the day.
Enzo, how do people find our Discord? Somebody's asking a question about getting on it.
So they can go to the link in my bio on right there, like it says Dark Enzo on TikTok. It's right in my bio. You can click the link, it'll bring you right into there. I'm gonna send you guys over the link too if you guys want to put it on the TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is, so they all have that link as well.
Yeah, I'll add it to our I gotta add that to our chain link. Gray, I'm gonna send you the chain
Cool.
link thing too for you to
Yeah,
add to your page.
I'm putting it on.
Okay, Kamal, what's your thoughts?
First of all, hey John, I appreciate you, bro. He said I'm wearing a nice shirt. Thank you, appreciate it. Second of all, I mean, we done heard Dave Chappelle already say this woman sounds smart but dumb as hell. That's dumb to do to destroy. I got a homie that did that shit when I was in college, and his life was in shambles for years. Yeah, it's damn near like being a felon. What I'm talking about, it is being a fucking felon. It's a federal charge. You can't. It's like that's just dumb as hell to say some shit like that. You feel me? And then, second of all, like, did Candace Owens leave MAGA? I mean, she's doing what she's do best, grifting. She's a grifter. Come on now. She been grifting for as long as I've known her. Seen her on the internet. She went from grifting on the black community, talking shit. You know, that get your numbers up quick, y'all. You want to get your numbers up quick, especially if you a black person, just be anti-black. You feel me? Say some outlandish shit like white men save me, so that's why I don't need reparations. Just say some bullshit like that. You'll get your numbers up fast. I'm telling you. Then once that wasn't hitting no more, she got in cahoots with the, you know what I mean, certain conservatives like Ben Shapiro and shit like that. She was all buddy, kissing ass. And then after, that wasn't really working out too much, then I'm gonna go over here and talk about, you know what I mean, Israel ain't about it, ain't popping, you know, I'm with Palestine. It's a grift. It's all a grift. Candace Owens is like the Michael Jordan of grifting. You know who the LeBron James of grifting? Myron Gaines. God damn. We should make a team of all-stars of grifters. Like,
I got 4. They're all
you
on
got
TikTok.
they're on TikTok?
They're all on TikTok.
Who are they?
Dean, Parker, Chris, Harry.
Okay.
Okay,
All
so that
them.
would
What's
be
the
the
name
left
of that like
side.
racist guy that has a Rodriguez or that says like racist things? You know who I'm talking about?
Who you're talking
He's a
about.
conservative
we
guy.
don't know him. Tell me his name. Maybe we can
You
bring him
guys have
on.
played a clip of his, and he's like, you played a clip last like Thursday, I want to say. Like he
I
says
did?
racist things. He's a conservative, and he was saying something about a girl that sells herself. She'll say whatever if you pay her.
Oh, Nick Fuentes.
Nick
Fuentes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he
yeah.
definitely in there too. 100%.
Yeah, he's in there.
Grifter.
I don't
Exactly.
even know him. I don't even listen to him. There's a certain way that people present themselves. They're so inauthentic. I can just like, they're not really who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't
We
know.
should make a
Y'all
grip
think Nick is
list.
inauthentic? Maybe he is, because I do believe Nick and this hatred for all people. He has all kinds of friends, so it's like, really, do you really hate everyone? The real racists I know don't have all kinds of friends. I don't know.
I heard he was Mexican, which makes it even crazier.
Yeah, that's
He's
the
mixed.
thing. His last name's Fuentes. Like he
He's
obviously
mixed. He's
has
half
some kind of
Italian.
Latin in your name. Like you are a grifter to even
Yeah.
like not like yourself in your community. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
But him and Candace, they have a weird relationship. They're not friends because he trashes her and she trashes him.
Man, you know what that remind me of? Have y'all watched the Boondocks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, remember that episode? It had that white lady, and she was supposed to portray what was her name? I don't know her name, but they had the other dude, and he was supposed to portray Reverend Sharpton, and they were in public, they were fighting each other, but behind closed door, they was like, "Hey, that's what I'm talking about. We about to get to this money, y'all. But hey, keep doing what you're doing." It's the same shit. I'm telling y'all right now.
That's when they wrote the book. He called me the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So, speaking of grifters, she thinks she's so important that people are paying to attack her. Let's watch this.
Much and said, Candace, just want you to know, we're on opposite sides of this thing, but there's money behind this pro-Israel movement. Billionaires and Israeli billionaires reached out, asked so-and-so to make a video that is pro-Israel. And then an influencer reached out and said that people are being offered money to make anti-Candace and anti-Tucker videos, up to $1,000 for a micro influencer. That's a lot of money. This person has got to have a lot of money, whoever's behind this. And so today we did something because we're so interested is we put a bounty out, $10,000 for an influencer that got paid, a micro influencer. Don't care if you're micro. You email tips@CandaceOwens.com and show us the concrete email of who paid you to make a video about me and Tucker and to say that we must be funded by Qatar, because that's the disinformation campaign that's happening right now. And we'll give you 10K, no questions asked. I don't care if you already made the video. We will not ever reveal your name. You can go on and live your life. Okay. Promise that. That somebody reached out to me, someone that I trust very much, and said,
Gray, do you think people are being paid to dog walk Candace Owens?
It's possible. I mean, like, if I felt like, okay, I can't get you, but I could just send somebody to get you and I got the money, why not? You know, like, it's possible. I won't say that no one's not doing it, like, but it's karma. Like, Candace Owens rode the MAGA wave. She was the face of Black MAGA. She was an internet sensation. And this is what happens. The internet gives you stuff and the internet takes away. So now you're getting bashed.
True. Enzo, you think people paying to bag her to drag her?
I mean, possibly. That's, I don't really think that she's that important. Like, I could care less about getting paid to just drag somebody like that. I mean, that probably happens on both sides.
I think her credibility is lost. I think if somebody was going to be paying people, it would have been months ago when she first came back last year. Because shout out to the new party, Me Gray, and our prior member D White. We made videos when she came back on the internet. It was a year ago to the day she came back, coincidentally, and then would have been the time when she was building up her following and she got to the 4 million. Why would people do it now? Her credibility's been shot at this point. What is the point?
Who knows?
She's
Honestly.
rebranding.
Yeah. Skeptic, people getting paid?
I don't think so. I don't think anyone needs to get paid to not. She's like a person that you can dislike easily. Just go look at her old videos. Go look at clips of her, the way that she would talk to people. Like, I don't feel like anyone has to pay someone to not like her.
Right. But also, I'm gonna tell you who she's saying is paying her, and then I got one more clip. She claims that who's paying to do it is some Israel Christian Alliance. They're writing pastors in America, and she talked about it today, where they're saying, "Hey, it'd be nice if you could mention Candace Owens," and like this long email, and in between, we'll gift you, because remember they can't say they're going to give a church money. We'll gift you or bless your church with $25,000. Based on that email, Skeptic, being a Christian, do you believe that people are doing this? She had proof of it. She showed the email. Or do you believe that this is hyperbole? Like, what do you think?
I do think that, I don't know how to explain this to her. I've said this before, just from understanding religion, that Judaism and Christianity at some point clashed. This is why we had the branching off of Christianity from Judaism. So someone like Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens, religiously speaking, I can see the clash. I could see that coming from a mile away, being that he is an Orthodox. And so it's very like they follow certain rules. And when you look at Christianity, Judaism and Christianity don't, like, they're different. There's a big difference, even when you talk about like the Trinitarian religion, and you like when you really go into where Christianity even began, and Christians kind of departed from Judaism. So I do think that looking at it from that perspective, I can see why there's a difference, and I can see she and I never believed this when they were saying about the anti-S, her being anti-S, because she was saying Christ is King. I think that is a a very Christian thing to say, and I can see that being her religion and what she wants to stand on. However, I think the way it was being used in the context of how she was kind of coming at it could have been a little bit inflammatory, like towards the bases in which she was in. Like, look at everyone that's there. The majority of them have family that are from Israel, or are somehow, even like the Rubin Report guy, even though he's gay, he's still, his family, I want to say, is from Israel. So like, you're like kind of in the midst of this very they tend to have more like views that are like Jewish based, and she comes in as a Christian who stands on Christian values and professes herself to be a Christian. So I can see that being a clash, but I don't think that Candace Owens is like standing on her character, and that's why there's a clash. I think that she rode the wave, kind of sold herself out, and the wave kind of ended for her, and the MAGA base turned their back on her, and she didn't think that was going to happen to her. She had a problem with Ben Shapiro. She had a problem with what is the other guy, the other guy I was saying that also talked about George Floyd. She had a problem with a lot of these conservative.
Crowder. And that's the clip I'm gonna play.
Yeah. So she's clashed with a lot of people, and it wasn't all because of religion. Like, she crashed with them because, number one, you're a woman, and then at the end of the day, what you look like does matter. Like, if you want to be a conservative and move in these spaces, sweethearts, for my Mexican people listening on here that are MAGA, what you look like does matter. So unless you're very pale skin and you don't have all that bleach on, you still won't be ignited to their picnic or whatever it is that they get together to do. So, and this is what Candace Owens found out. This is what she found out. She thought that it didn't matter, that she was just going to, say whatever they wanted her to say, and she was going to be included to the club. And at the end of the day, they shut that door right in her face. And now she's looking crazy,
So basically, she was included because of her boss. I get what you're saying, because of the boss. First, she worked for Charlie Kirk, then she worked for Ben Shapiro. Kamal, what do you think about what Skeptic said? She has a pretty valid point.
Skeptic, that's what you call a Negro wake up call. That's what she got. That's what she got. She forgot she was black for a minute. She, like, I hate to say it, she's still a black woman, even though, but at the end of the day, she got that call. You know what I mean? And the chat kind of saying it for me. She's doing it for a bag. Y'all funny as hell in the chat. Talk about she gonna start her OnlyFans. What's she gonna call it? Exclusively Candace. I will own you. What we gonna? What they gonna do? Is that her next grift? Good Lord.
Oh my God, that's actually a good joke. That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie.
Who knows at this point?
Yeah, you never
Only
know.
Candace.
Only Candace. It could be that. Who knows? But yeah, it's just it's like Skeptic said, like, she was already beefing with these people. I just feel these people already be kind of clashing. And then they're like, okay, at this point, he said, hold on, I thought she was a
half
tether.
FBA.
How's she black now?
She's half
You
FBA.
could be a tether and be black, but wanna. God damn.
But she's half FBA too. Like, she's not all Caribbean.
Good Lord. Bawana, you kind of funny in the chat today, but damn it, sit your ass down digitally. God damn. Nah, but what I was saying, like what Skeptic said, they already be kind of beefing, you feel me? And it's just like, I think they do this because controversy brings viewership. Does it bring longevity? No. Partnership does. Controversy and conflict brings viewership and quick, and that's what grifters love the most. Just saying.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. That was a good take. All right, y'all. I'm gonna play the last clip of the night. This is Crowder, Louder with Crowder, Steven Crowder. He dragged her. I'm not gonna lie. He just dragged her, and she thinks because he dragged her, he was getting paid. But then once people dragged her some more, now she's blaming it on the pastors. Let me play this.
Said over and over again that President Trump would send you to die for Israel, for the Jews. I'm reading her actual ex-post. Get ready, white American men. It's time for you to go die for Israel again. If you don't want to die for Israel, then you are an anti-Semite. Sign up to die in Iran for Netanyahu today, or just admit you hate Jews. Here's another one. They tried to redefine anti-Semitism, criminalize criticism of Israel on college campuses. Not true. Most crucially, seed the idea that the declaration of Christ as our king amounted to hatred against Jews. Also not accurate. All of this was done in preparation for the greater Israel agenda, regarding which they attempted to emotionally manipulate Americans to accept. The conspiracy theorists were right again. It was always about a planned war with Iran and a doomed, heretical belief that mass slaughter of women and children is messianic. Let me read that again. It was always about a planned war. Where's the planned war?
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah. This wasn't presented as an opinion. This was presented to you as fact. And I had many people go, this is clearly a planned war for Israel. That's clearly what Donald Trump is doing. He's trying to get us in. Is that what you're seeing? If it's not what you're seeing, this was dishonest. Here's another one. Our foreign policy is dictated by Israel. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. That seems like it's dictated by Israel.
That's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Deception.
Trump will continue to do as he is told by Netanyahu. Don't drop the bombs. Okay, we won't. That sounds to me like one person's in charge. And here's the thing. That's a good thing. Shouldn't we be happy about this, guys? Shouldn't we be happy that Donald Trump at a certain point had enough and said jump, and they said how high? Both sides. Trump will continue to do as he is told by Netanyahu. If you want to know what America will do, spare yourself the fake White House press briefings and start listening to Bibi. We are a colony of Israel. Your politicians are bought and paid for. Taking separate components, there are politicians bought and paid for by AIPAC, by the way. I can't stand AIPAC for the same reason that I hate Act Blue. They support Hakeem Jeffries. But combining that and saying that we are a colony of Israel, and spare yourself the fake White House press briefings. Also implications that everything here, everyone who disagrees, was fake. If it seems like I'm being harsh, it's because you were told that the people telling you the truth were fake, and the algorithm amplifies it, and it made your life worse, and it embarrassed you. You get it? By the way, the worst part is you don't even get to celebrate the win. No war. Good, done. No nukes in Iran. Great. America is a colony of Israel. Spare yourself all the other fake information and know that you're going to go die for Israel, which ultimately led to an entire coalition demanding the impeachment of the man you voted for. Candace Owens legitimately told service members that they...
Ooh, okay. So that was a whole lot. Gray, have you ever heard of Steven Crowder before?
Yeah, I think he was like a punter in the NFL, right? And then became a podcaster.
Was he really?
I think so.
Nah, that's somebody else. I know
that's
you.
somebody else.
Pat McAfee.
It's not Steve Crowder.
That's
They
McAfee.
look alike though. I know you talk. I know you talking about though, but it's not him.
But yeah,
It's
no,
like-
I don't know who this guy is. No.
So, I mean, pretty much he's going after her because King said it best. She went on Piers Morgan. She said that Donald Trump's been a chronic disappointment. Do you agree with why MAGA is now going after her, or do you think it's been long overdue?
Can I just say something about Steven Crowder? Because I
Sure.
followed their drama. She
Yeah, go
outed
ahead.
him when he was abusive towards his ex-wife, who then left him when she was pregnant. And Candace Owens stood on that and said, that is wrong. And he she had a clip and she replayed the clip that then went viral for her platform. So Steven Crowder is an a-hole and he's a misogynist, and that's why he is divorced. And I cannot stand him. So number one, let's just clear that in the air. So I feel like he's been holding on to that and he has a special dislike for her. But I will say, as a whole, the conservative group is a lot of men, and for the first woman to come in and actually make a splash and be able to speak so eloquently and like say all these things and have kind of like a different view of like Republican views, to me, I understood that it wasn't going to sit well with them, being that she was a person of color, that she's not a white tea woman. So like I was waiting for the time for this to happen. Like at the end of the day, these men are conservatives, and at the end of the day, like they're not going to be pro you. And the moment that you step out of line and say Christ is king, now you're an anti, S person. So like to me, it's they're used. When someone doesn't like you, but they're waiting for that opportunity at work to write you down and like put something on your file, but they already dislike you. I feel like it comes from what you look like. Like they already disliked her. They were waiting for that opportunity to come at her. They found an opportunity. She said Christ is king while the whole thing in Gaza was going down. I'm like, what is that even? Like, how is Christ is king a bad phrase? Christ is king is used by pastors and Christians all over the US. What are you talking about? That is what they used to basically fire her from the Daily Wire.
Now I know who he is. Now that y'all said the wife abusing thing, I feel like with MAGA, you have to be loyal to anything that Trump says, or you're excommunicated from the group. That is very much, hey, this is what we're saying, this is what we're doing. Especially if you're like a big person, they feel like your career is based on Trump. They go feel like, oh, you disloyal, and Trump did all this for you. That's what I've seen people saying about her. So it's like they probably feel like it's a betrayal, and I feel like with MAGA, you're not allowed to speak out against Trump no matter what. Like the famous politicians and people like that.
Fair enough. Enzo, you got the red hat on. What's your thoughts?
So, when I always say, when it comes down to MAGA, right? I don't consider MAGA Trump's base. I look at MAGA the way I look at liberals. They're the extremist of the Democrats. They're extremists of the left. I don't consider myself MAGA whatsoever. Just because I wear the hat doesn't mean anything. I'm a Republican at the end of the day. I don't believe everything Trump says. There's a lot of blasphemous shit that he says. There's a lot of things that come out of his mouth that are lies at the end of the day that I call out consistently. So yeah, like when they say MAGA, like I will agree with you guys that they're just the ones that are just blindly following Trump no matter what he does, and I don't agree with that at all. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Do you agree? Do you think they were overdue from kicking her out, or you think she just went to the cookout and got found out the truth, like you said?
What? First of all, hey Beans, what's good, bruh? Shout out to you, bruh. You feel me? And Bawana, it's all love, brother. As long as you could take the jokes on my end, I could take yo Rudy Poo ass jokes on your end. Now, anyway, man, Candace Owens, man, you should have known you was gonna get. They was using you as a tool. You know what I was saying? When they done you using their tools, they break them. They just breaking their tools right now, man. Like, and look, the thing about it is that Candace Owens is, I'm gonna keep saying, she's a grifter. So it's like at any point she's for the money. She's for the money. And that's my thing. I ain't mad at people trying to shit on her that's getting money. What's so wrong with that? Everybody else do it. These politicians do it. You feel me? Actually, people are getting money when they shit on Candace Owens. You know why? Because she does bring viewership. When you talk about her little cronies come around typing in the chat. Don't talk about my mammy like that. They be in the damn chat. They
do.
I'm saying. So technically, you are getting paid when you talk about Candace Owens if you monetize. Now, if you getting extra money on the side, what the hell is wrong with that? That I don't find nothing wrong with that, because all the rest of them doing the same goddamn thing. Like that's how I feel. And hey, are y'all gonna play that clip from Donald Trump?
Which one?
Should I play it?
Yeah, go ahead. You could add it to the screen.
I just play the portion that I like what he said.
They're doing.
Okay.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Damn. That man is a comedian. He said they don't know what the F they doing and said it with his chest. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought we had a ceasefire, but I guess not.
Well, they claim that Gaza got a deal today.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to report on it until I see what happens in 2 weeks.
I'm talking about
Um,
Iran and
I'm taking
Israel,
that to the
though.
bank.
no, Gaza and Israel.
Mhm.
There's a deal that was negotiated today.
Yeah, but that clip that Kamal played, that was Trump talking about Iran and Israel after the ceasefire.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, I feel like it led us to this point with them wavering now for Gaza, which is part of why Iran was so, they don't like what they doing over there in Gaza. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But anyways, conversation for another day. All right, y'all. We're gonna do our closing thoughts. Ladies first. The floor is yours, skeptic.
I always say the same thing. Don't let anyone trample on your constitutional rights. And if you're on TikTok, come in, join our talks. We have been having some very interesting lives recently. So you're always welcome to come on and jump on and come give us your political views.
Facts. Skeptic, let everybody know where they can find you. And again, congratulations. Skeptic is now an auntie. So that's why you didn't see her. Many people were missing you in the chat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was gone for a couple days. I got on for a few hours today on TikTok just to kind of let everyone know I'm still here. I just was at the hospital, and they're getting discharged in a little bit, so they should be home. But you can find me I have changed my name to the skeptic.tm on TikTok. So now I am under the skeptic. And then also, yeah, you at the skeptic TM. And we get on there, it gets lively. People are always arguing. We like to argue. So sometimes even amongst ourselves, when it's an echo chamber, we start just disagreeing with each other. So it's lots of fun. You're always welcome to request up. We'll let you up. We do tend to have a long request line. So try and do it early.
And King J is a part of Skeptics Lives as well. So if you're a fan of King J, because King J got a lot of fans last night, honey. The chat was going crazy for him. They were like, "Go King J!
Yeah,
Go
so King
King!"
J and Casso just got his new podcast set up, which he's trying to switch over to YouTube. So, and he has a really nice setup. It's really, really nice. So, yep.
Kamal, what's your closing thoughts?
First of all, congrats, skeptic. You know what I mean. Second of all, shout out to the chat. Beans came in the building. Shout out to you, brother. You feel me? Bawana, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bruh. I actually like your ass, even though I could smell the must through the screen, bruh. You gotta come over to my streams though, bruh, so we could get down. You feel me? Cause some of the jokes you got on here, they kind of funny, bruh. But some of that shit ain't landing, bro. Anyway, shout out to the new party, you feel me? Nora, Gray, Enzo, you feel me? I
Thank
do learn
you.
a lot on here. Also, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to the new party. I got the link pinned to the top of my chat. So y'all go subscribe to the new party and also hit that notification bell. The notification bell lets y'all know when they go live. Also on my end, hit the notification bell. That's the most important thing. All right. My thoughts on Candace Owens. She's a coon. She's a grifter. And I guess she forgot that, at the end of the day, she is a black woman. And whenever you do this grifting, coon, bootlicking, like a Myron Gaines, at the end of the day, they're going to break you. They break all their tools. At the end of the day, they always do. Damn. But I guess get your grift on, though, Candace. Damn. We going to make a list on this show. The top goddamn 10 grifter list. That's going to be crazy, yo. Man, that's all I got to say.
Shout out to Kamal. Make sure you give him a follow, like, share, add all that. He's on X, TikTok, and YouTube. Enzo, tell everybody where they can find you, and remember, link in bio for the Discord and your closing thoughts.
Yep. So everybody can find me on TikTok, either on Dark Enzo or RNC Enzo. For the Discord, it's in the links of both of my accounts. Like I always say too, it was a great episode. You know, skeptic. You always say don't trample on your constitutional rights. I got the Constitution right here. I'm gonna brush up on it, put it up behind me.
Oh,
Um,
snap.
no, I have it sitting here from when I went to DC. All I really got to say about tonight's episode is I don't like partisan paid influencers whatsoever. I really don't, and that goes for both sides. I don't think people should rely on them as much as they do and get all their information from them. People should be able to look things up themselves and have a mind for their own because people follow these people, even like Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, everybody that's on TikTok that is big, Chris, Harry, Parker, Dean, and they just have a hive mind and they just believe everything that these people tell them as fact. I like it. I like how I am, and I don't do this for money. I don't do this for clout. I don't do this for likes. Same thing with everybody on the panel. I love all of you guys. I see exactly everyone's mindset. You guys are not partisan to one party at all. We all think independently, and that's how everybody should think in the world, and not just look to all these influencers, all these news sources, and just have a hive mind. Everyone should think for themselves at the end of the day. So I mean, Candace Owens is getting heat for whatever reason that people wanted this week. It's going to be somebody the next week. There's somebody like no matter what people say, we're always going to find somebody else to just throw under the bus as news, and that's what is going on right now with Candace in my eyes.
Facts.
I like your constitution as well.
Thank you.
Facts.
Oh, can I say something real quick? Hey, King,
Sure.
not sure. Enzo, is that your friend?
Yeah, that's
He's
my
on.
buddy. That's Keith.
Okay. When you post links on YouTube, sometimes I think if you're not a moderator, sometimes the links don't work. If you send a link, sometimes that shit don't work.
Even as a mod, it doesn't work. It won't let me do it because I've tried.
Okay, yeah, the link's kind of iffy at times. It's like, so I just wanted to point that out real quick. So, yeah, the link stuff, man. Yeah.
I'll do my final thoughts. Congratulations, Skeptic, becoming an auntie. Great show tonight, and like how Enzo was saying, like people shouldn't go to influencer for information. That's one thing that I like about the new party, and that everyone has a different thoughts. Because I learn something every night. Every night that I come on here, somebody says something that I didn't know, and I learn something new. So people should keep an open mind and try to like research, because if you listen to both sides, you'll probably learn something. And Candace Owens, I guess, is showing she's going on both sides, but we'll see. We do this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Like we always say on the new party, always vote.
Yeah. Okay. Guys that follow us on TikTok, we've lost our TikTok. You can go to my TikTok, Nora Christine 26. Grace should be having his in his name. I don't know if he did today, but nevertheless, please go give us a follow. We are starting over. So if you want to see our exclusive content, head all over to TikTok. But my closing thoughts is this. Like, it's propaganda. Like Callis Walker said, propaganda is amazing. People can be led to believe anything. I think Candace Owens' grift is up. She has grifted. She grifted on attacking Black people. She had grifted on attacking the Black community. And I stand on MAGA. If she wasn't loyal to her own kind, why would she be loyal to y'all? What did y'all think was going to happen? Like, come on now. Y'all get all excited when you hear these Black content creators, these Black far right people attacking Black people. And I'm going to tell you, that should tell you that they are sellouts, they're liars, they're losers, and they're not loyal to Black people. So why would they be loyal to you? These are the kind of people that we call as traitors. You should not want to have somebody like that be on your team, because if they were traitors to their own kind, they'll be a traitor to you. And, we'll be back here next week, Monday through Thursday. Check us out at noon as well. We do lunch with the new parties. So God bless. Thank you for everyone watching. Have a great night, and always vote.